Hello guys,
Hello.
welcome back at Desi Daily with me Desi, and now I'm not alone. I'm with Andrew,
Hey, guys.
and behind me there's
Jenny and
Evelyn.
Okay.
We are WallStreet member.
That's right.
Today we're going to talk about how to speak English confidently, and maybe Andrew will give us some tips how we can practicing English. But before it, do you know Andrew?
Yes, let me introduce myself.
Yeah.
So my name's Andrew. I'm a teacher at WallStreet English at Kelapa Gading, but actually I'm moving to Pacific Place
So
soon.
sad.
And I'm originally from Cincinnati, Ohio in the US, but I've been teaching English here in Jakarta, Indonesia for about 2 years now.
Wow, so experienced.
Yeah, he's already experienced that he can teach us really good.
You are with
I like
our
that music in the
expert.
background.
You
cheering
are
me
our
on.
professor.
You are our expert.
Yeah. And then do you have any question
Actually,
for Andrew?
let me review this. Actually, before I have encountered with Andrew, and we're talking about the first, second, and third conditional. So actually, I'm still a bit confused with the second conditional because it have different verbs, maybe like verb 2 and verb 1, like.
It's a
but
grammar.
It's a grammar.
You want to talk about grammar things?
It's
or you
okay,
want
it's
to,
okay.
I just want to ask about the second conditional only.
Okay, second conditional.
Yeah.
So let me give an example of a second conditional sentence. So a conditional sentence in English starts with the word if. In the second conditional sentence, let me give you an example. If I had $1 million, I would travel the world. So a second conditional sentence is something that either talks about the present or the future, but it's not something that is really happening. It's an imaginary sentence. So you have, it consists of several parts. You have your if, and then your verb to. So if I had $1 million, not if I have $1 million.
If I had.
Yeah, if I had $1 million, and then I would travel the world. So would and plus now your verb 1. So maybe another example, if I saw an alien, I would take a selfie. So that is the second conditional. It's about imaginary things either in the future or happening right now.
Right.
Thank you, Andrew.
Thank you.
You,
I want to ask you, Andrew. It's about your opinion about why English is used to be a global language, and then how we can improve our English speaking skill, or with good grammar and good pronunciation.
I see. So why is it a global language?
Right.
I think it's just probably mostly from the influence of like American and British culture around the world. You turn on the TV or watch a movie, or you need to do business. A lot of that comes from the US. So I think it's really important if you want to be successful in your business or in your professional life to increase your English speaking ability. So how can you do that?
Yes.
Lots of ways. You can join WallStreet English.
yeah, that's right.
Meet Andrew and Pacific Place.
That's right.
Yeah, he will be always there.
Yeah. Except public holiday.
Except for public holiday, yeah. Or maybe if Andrew want to go on a vacation, yeah, except for that.
That's
too.
right. Yeah, and so there's many other ways besides joining a group like WallStreet or a class like WallStreet. So I always tell my students there's no shortcut to learning to speak well. You just have to speak a lot. And the more you speak, especially with a native speaker, the better you will get. And the more easy it will be to make sentences. So one, find someone you can talk with. There's a lot of apps you can use for that. Tinder works really well if you're single. So you can meet a foreign guy and practice your
You
English.
can
that
meet
way.
Andrew.
No, I'm not a Tinder. And then what else? So watching movies is a great way to...
Making vlog.
Yeah, making vlogs is a great way to practice. Yeah, just using your English in everyday activities is really good.
Yeah, and also be confident. You must be confident to speak in front of many people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
Yeah.
especially for people who are just starting to learn English, I always stress the importance of being confident. So maybe two things you should do if you're first starting. One, learn a lot of vocabulary. So if you don't know the word, you cannot say it. So you need to know the vocabulary. Second, just be confident. Speak as much as you can, even if you get that feeling like, oh, I think I'm probably wrong. Just say it
Okay,
anyway.
just say it.
Yeah. So if you do those two things, you will be successful in speaking English. Grammar is important. And the more you speak, the better your grammar will get. But at the beginning, just concentrate on putting the words together. Even if your grammar is not perfect, I will still understand you. And, the more you speak, the more you listen, the more you read, the more you watch.
The more you improve.
Yes, that's right. The more you will improve. So I think that's what I would encourage. Just interact with English all the time. Don't be afraid to speak, and it will come.
So don't be afraid to speak.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes
right.
I forgot what I want to say.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
It happens.
You need to practice.
Yeah, we need
get
to
better.
more practice and more English environment like in Wall Street.
For example, at Wall Street, you mustn't speak bahasa you or other language. You must only speak English because it helps to improve your English. If you want to, for example, if you want to go to watch inside the class or even outside the class, which is still inside the Wall Street, then you must at least try to speak English even though you're a beginner still.
Yes, I'm the beginner and I'm still learning from them.
You are lying. You are lying.
No, she's so
I
serious.
see your face
I'm
nowadays.
beginner.
I see your face level nowadays.
Advance.
No, yeah.
She is very down to earth.
No,
Yeah.
no.
She's
I'm still
humble.
learning because
Very
more people, more talking and more we can more confident. Yeah, more practice and we can be more confident. And also this last question. Do you have any question?
Maybe I'm interested with what Andrew said about we are maybe going to surrounded by English things, in order to improve myself. But for the first time as a beginner, which one is the best things to learn English? Is it to go to course or is it watching movies? But if the first time as a beginner we directly watching movies, we will not understand the conversation, right?
Yeah.
So from you, your suggestion, Andrew, which is the best way in order to practice English as a beginner?
Yeah.
In your opinion.
Honestly, I'd say there is no best way. I'm sorry to give that answer, but I think it just depends on your personality. So for me, I'm learning Indonesian language and I like something that's very structured. So I found this online course and it has different language points. You learn those and then you move to the next level and you kind of keep going. This is very structured learning. But some people don't like learning like that. It's maybe boring to them. So if you're one of those people, I think watching television, finding a good show that you like to watch, and then watching that show in English instead of whatever your native language is a great way to learn. Or finding your favorite book, and instead of reading that book in your language, try to read it in English. And nowadays you can use things like Google Translate and other apps to help you understand, especially if you're reading, or using subtitles when you're watching the television. That's a good way to learn. So I think it just depends on your personality, how you like to learn. So just think about do you want to learn in a classroom setting? Then maybe something like WallStreet is good. Or do you just prefer learning on your own at your own pace? Then maybe just watching movies and trying to read things online, read the news, whatever you're interested in is a good way to do it too.
Yeah, maybe for someone who really needs a guide in order to learn English, maybe the course is the best way, right?
Yeah.
And I would encourage people, I think you need some kind of guide. It will just make the process faster if you have someone telling you this is right and this is wrong. So having, whether that is like a teacher like me or just your friend who speaks English, having someone who is ahead of you on the trail that you're trying to learn will be beneficial. Yeah. Any other questions?
I think this is the last question.
Okay.
What is the funniest moment that you ever been had when you was teaching English in Indonesia?
The funnest moment. There's been so many good moments. I think one of the most fun moments was just a couple months ago when we were having, I forget, some kind of party here at WallStreet, and we have some event, and one of our students here is a dangdut singer.
Oh yeah,
Independence Day.
Yeah, oh yes, Independence Day.
Day.
And then suddenly our event turned into a dangdut dance party. That was really crazy.
Flower wall.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh my god.
That was so fun. Yeah, that was a great day.
Okay guys, maybe this vlog will give you some information how to improve your English skill. And now I want to give a little gift for Andrew. Wait.
What is it?
I
I'm
don't
so
know.
curious.
I don't know. It's just a little gift because Andrew will come back to Pacific Place and leave us in MKG3, and actually I'm so sad, but we can keep in touch, and this is it. Andrew, you know this?
Oh, cool! It's a multi-trip card for. Thank you so much. I love it.
It is a multi-trip card. Yeah, you can call it Kartu Multi-Trip or KMT. We usually call it KMT. And this card is released by PT Kereta Komuter Indonesia.
Working there.
Yes. Maybe if you go on trip by commuter line, you can use this ticket.
Wow.
So
awesome.
you can tap in and tap out in any station, and also it has include balance, but you can top up balance in any station that serve a commuter line, and also you can top up at vending machine. No,
I'm sorry. I'm just guessing.
If you want to go on trip by commuter line, you can call me and we can make another vlog.
That's right. We can work together.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
And maybe if you use the commuter line, and you will remember me.
Yes, I will. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Okay guys, maybe it's enough for today, and I'm sorry if my English speaking is not really good because I'm still learning, and it is my first time to make a vlog with English. And thank you, Andrew, for your time.
Of course.
And also for your advice and tips. Hopefully we can increase our English level like native speaker maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this vlog.
And
Hello.
forget to
This
comment.
really, yeah, and also comment. And then follow his Instagram at Andrew Wood, right?
Yeah, Andrew R. Wood.
Yes.
Instagram.
Okay, thank you very much, and
Thank
bye
you.
bye.